running with the runners, 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 running with the runners.
All right, let's get it, everyone. It's Tuesday, July 22nd, 2025. The bull run is here, Mims. Get ready to make some stupid money. What's going on, my man? Great to see you last week in Atlanta. We had a blast.
Oh, yeah.
A change of feeling is a change of destiny. Let's go, Neville Goddard. What's going on, bro?
Hey, I know that's right. Lace up. Let's get wealthy. Y'all know what time it is. Running with the runners. Yeah, we had a phenomenal time in Atlanta. Anytime the runners get together, you know it's something special. It's the vibe right now, folks. I hope y'all tapping into the frequency of wealth. I hope you tapping into the consciousness of prosperity. I hope you putting yourself in position to win, okay? Because you know your thoughts are going to create your feelings going to create your actions going to create your lifestyle, and we're going to help you build wealth and find the systems that's going to put you in position to win in this new economy, in the greatest reset of financial history. Fired up and excited for the night show. What's going on, brother?
Hey, we are starting this off with some energy, guys. You know, there's just so much going on. And again, we say this because we care about you guys. We want to see you win, but we absolutely crushed our last two lives, probably three, right? We told you guys what was going to happen. I hope you prepared. And basically everything that we have told you in the last, 5 years has happened, but specifically in the last month is now coming to fruition. Now, you're not too late, but you better get on the train and start running with the runners as soon as possible. So let's just take a big look at what's been going on, Mims, in the markets. And then we're going to break it all down and we're going to give some suggestions or what we're doing with our money. Obviously, what you do with your money is totally up to you. You know, we can look at the last week. This is the last week in crypto. I mean, throw a dart at it, right? Tezos up 55%, Pengu 42%. Floki, that's a meme coin. I wouldn't buy it, but it's up 52%. Doge up 33, AVAX up 15, XDC, an ISO token up 25, Flare, another ISO token up 40%, Solana up 23, Link up 21. Guys, the bull run is here. All right, the bull run is here. We can go over to CoinMarketCap. We can just look at the last 7 days. Conflux up 65%, Tezos. You know, just looking at, you know, the top ones here, Ethereum up 19%, XRP up 20, Doge up 34, Link up 22, HBAR up 17, Litecoin up 25. So guys, alt season is here. All right. But a lot of them have still not gone off. Okay. So we're going to go over that here in a little bit. Mims, let's look at this, right? We have gold at $23 trillion market cap, coming almost to 3,500 gold an ounce, which again, guys, we've been screaming to buy gold and silver forever. Bitcoin at almost 120 grand, 2.37 trillion market cap. And Mims, I just saw this today. It's still the most undervalued asset on the planet. Silver, almost ready to break $40 an ounce.
Yep.
Then it's 50. Then it's to the moon, brother.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe break this down to people about why this is the greatest wealth transfer in human history, and they need to be paying attention and making sure they're getting assets right now.
Yeah, the whole system, the whole system, the paradigm, the whole matrix is being reset right before your eyes. And it's going to come down to real assets, real resources, real skills that are going to, real things have value now. This is the era of fake, the era of, you know, fraud and manipulation is going away because of blockchain. Okay. The era of real is coming back when we talk about these metals, real money, when we're talking about things of real substance, real intangible value. That's what we're seeing right now. There's a rift. There's a shift on the planet right now. The fake is being exposed and the real is rising in value. And so when we have a fake monetary system, a debt-based fiat monetary system, a dollar that the world called money, but it's not money. It's a declining fiat currency that's losing its status and credibility across the planet, across the globe. So now that the world is waking up to that, they're taking their dollars and they're putting them into assets, okay? Physical and digital. This is why we say it's the largest wealth transfer in history, because you understand there's quadrillions of dollars out there that are getting ready to flow in these limited resources, limited digital assets. There's only 21 million Bitcoin. Okay. When it comes to a lot of these digital assets, there's a fixed amount. Okay. When it comes to gold and silver, can't get enough of it. There's not enough silver on the planet for everybody to have 3 ounces. Might be less. So understand something. This is the largest wealth transfer in history. If you're relying on dollars, if you're just saving in dollars and working for dollars and holding dollars,
Stupid
strategy, you're going to get wiped out. You better start running with the runners, get educated, start getting some real money, physical silver and gold, and start getting your digital assets in your own decentralized, non-custodial self-custody wallets.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is why we call him Mims, making it make sense. So guys, let's look at what is going on. There was so much just today.
SHX popping.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get into that, Mims. Get ready to get your list together. At least the top 3, and then you know, if we want to go more, we will.
Yeah. Facts.
So guys, let me just again, we can't go over all these in details, but again, this just happened like in the last 24 hours. Tomorrow or today, Jack Dorsey's Square, which is one of the biggest payment processors in the entire world, is going to allow merchants to accept Bitcoin. Great news, guys. Celebration, not crypto, but thank God for RFK. He has officially removed the, I don't even want to say the word, the C shot from the childhood vaccine schedule. So thank you, RFK, for standing up against evil and doing the right thing.
Yeah, facts.
And this, Mims, you were kind of talking about this earlier, right? This, guys, this is mind-blowing, right? If every millionaire in just the United States, not worldwide, just in the United States, asked their financial advisor to get them 1 Bitcoin, there wouldn't be enough. And that's that digital scarcity we're talking about. There is no limit as to how many dollars they can print. There's only 21 million Bitcoin because we trust math and computers and the code versus people, the banksters, the gangsters, and the politicians.
Yep. A rare, valuable, scarce things. Okay. This is what the wealthy look for. You know, when you look at artwork, or even when you look at numismatics, or when you're looking at, you know, this is the wealthy look for rare, limited things. And when you're talking about these digital assets, you can imagine over time, because one thing for sure, every millionaire is going to want to get some Bitcoin.
Yep.
And they're telling you ahead of time, every millionaire can't even get 1 Bitcoin.
Nope.
So that's a revelation. You see, because now when you realize and you start to project forward 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, now you see where the real value of this asset can go. And this is why people say Bitcoin 1 million, Bitcoin, who knows?
Oh, we're going to get into that. Don't worry. Guys, just in, the Trump media is now the 5th largest corporate Bitcoin treasury with 18,438 Bitcoin. Of course, we've talked to you guys about MicroStrategy and Michael Saylor. They're going to enter the S&P 500 this fall. That means every person who holds an ETF or whatever they hold in the S&P 500 will now have exposure to Bitcoin. Guys, do you think this is going away if the president of the United States' company has the 5th most Bitcoin? You don't think Trump's going to want to be number 1 eventually?
Yeah, if you're in stocks, I was talking to a guy this weekend, Mike, and he showed me ClearSpark. His ClearSpark for portfolio is popping right now because of, you know, what's going on with Bitcoin. The wealthy, the smart, the wise, they're moving their money into these assets, and it's still early for you to do the same thing and benefit from that massive rise in the volume and the increase in these assets right now. So take advantage.
Well, if that wasn't enough for you to start learning and getting educated in crypto, 410 billion PNC Bank partners with Coinbase to offer crypto services. See, now banks tried to stop crypto for the last 10 years, right? You try to, send money to go and, buy some crypto.
Nope. Nope.
Every time you got to use a bank to do something.
Nope. Nope.
Now, the smart ones are going to start partnering and offering the crypto solutions because they can make money on it. So again, PNC, one of the biggest banks in America, is now going to be offering crypto services.
Yep.
And again, this goes back, to what Mims talks about all the time is if you're saving in dollars, you are guaranteed to lose. So the average price of a house in America has gone from $337,000 to $416,000 in 8 years. Okay. And it's not because the house got older. Nobody did anything to their house to fix it up. It's just sitting there, and it just costs more dollars because they're printing more dollars. So you need more dollars to buy everything you need. You guys know this when you go to the grocery store. When you go to fast food is like $15 a person right now. It's insane.
Oh, yeah.
But what's happening with how many Bitcoin you need to buy a house? It keeps going down to where it was 24 Bitcoin in 2017, then 9. Now it's 4.
And I want to touch on that, Mike, because I had somebody, obviously you guys, we're going to talk about what we're doing. We're mining crypto. And, the same scenario that Mike's talking about where you need less Bitcoin is because the value of the Bitcoin goes up. So Bitcoin miners are mining Bitcoin and they're getting less Bitcoin than they were getting 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But the value of that Bitcoin is much higher. Okay. So this is why the education is so important and really understanding, what's taking place, what we're doing, and how you can take advantage, especially when it comes to mining, and how you look at what you receive every single day and what is the value of what you're receiving. But yeah, this is huge, folks. Understand something, that these assets are going to continue to rise in value, and you want to make sure that you get them now, because the quadrillions of dollars still hasn't come. The timing is still right for you to get in. You have not missed it. I know Bitcoin is at 100,000 plus, but trust me, technically you're still early compared to where these assets are going to be in the coming months and years. Okay, 72 months, 5 years, 10 years, and beyond. Okay, a lot of people are going to be able to retire very quickly from crypto. What a time!
Yeah, 100%, guys. You got to take action. You got to get educated as soon as possible. And I want to zoom in on this one. Maybe you guys don't know how to look at charts. All right, but you can see here when the green indicator goes over and above the red is when the bull run starts. This happened in 2013. This is in 2017. This is in 2021. And now here we are in 2025. Now they are getting longer, which is why a lot of people thought it would have happened. They thought it was we weren't going to have it. It wasn't going to happen. As we can see here, when the green goes over here, that's when we have the bull run. Green goes over here. That's when we have the bull run. Boom, boom. We are here now. We're still early in the bull run. So it's time to take advantage right now, get educated, and start getting some real assets.
What's that MACD?
Probably. I don't know. I tried to see what it was, but it's kind of hard for me to see.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't know if it's MACD or a certain RSI. I can't tell.
Yeah. The image serves the purpose.
Again, guys, I've been talking about Tau. And if you guys want to know, you want to be getting into subnets. Okay. I have videos on this. And we'll go over something of this. These are the top mine shares. These are like basically startups on Tau that you can invest and buy in while they're still super low. Mims, this is massive. The SEC, this happened 5 hours ago. The SEC approves conversion of the Bitwise 10 crypto index fund into an ETF holding the following cryptocurrencies. You probably want to take advantage and look at these cryptocurrencies: Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, Cardano goes by ADA. I don't know why anyone likes Cardano. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. Sui, love it. Litecoin. Oh, who's a fork of Litecoin? Oh, that's right. Texacoin.
Yep.
Polkadot, which kind of surprises me. I'm a big Polkadot guy, but I don't know what their future is going to look like.
Yeah.
Link and AVAX. And I've been telling people, if you want to be safe, but still get some exposure to me, or, some upside, Link and AVAX are like the most, just buy them and forget about it, Mims, any thoughts on that?
Look, the whole market is going to rise, folks. This is why we get into the real blockchains, the real projects, the real assets. And Mike, I put some stuff on my X. I want to go, at least over one thing. And while I'm talking, if you see something else on there, you can pull up as well. I know we got a hard stop, but this is the thing, folks. The information that we're sharing right now, you're not getting this on your local nightly news. You know what I'm saying? Like most people are working. I mean, you might catch a little bit here and there, but this is the thing. Who's gonna make it make sense for you? Who's gonna connect the pieces and the dots? Who's gonna help the neurons in your brain connect so you can start to see the real big picture on what's going on, so it can activate that feeling inside of you that's going to give you that desire to actually take some action to capitalize on the opportunity that's before you. You see, there's a picture being painted right now. There's a global economic picture being painted right now, and most people are missing it because they have nobody providing them the pieces or the resources to help them see what's taking place, and let alone showing them how to get these assets and resources. So this is why it's so important that you guys like this out, that you share this out, okay? Because what we're documenting here, when we do this Runners Live show, we are documenting the greatest wealth transfer in history, while at the same time, we are documenting the collapse, okay? We're documenting the collapse of a debt-based fiat monetary system. This is historic. We are documenting history and making sure that you guys not only know what's going on, okay, but how you can capitalize on it to create generational wealth. And so one of the things that we're seeing,
perfect.
Yeah, and one of the things that we're seeing, and I don't know, we're going to keep, I'll get into it when you pull up my X, but it's the end of the Federal Reserve, folks. The Federal Reserve and this corrupt banking cartel is coming to an end. And we're going to get to that. You might already have it. Look at Dovu. Ooh, I'm so bullish on Dovu.
Yeah. Okay. So, I'm gonna go to your X here in a minute, Mims.
Yeah.
But I will tell you guys, this week, I may or may not have bought $1,000 of Dovu. Mims knows his ISO stuff, and when he tells me, Mike, you should probably get some of this, I listen, and then I'm gonna make a video this week about how I can stake it. And the way they stake it is really cool too. 45% of it is staked, and we'll get into, I think that's all I had. Yeah, with the way we're at now with our time, we probably have to do it, right? So again, if you wanted to find out about Dovu, okay, we'd go here, and the price is 0.2 of a penny. Oh, that's all. Let me see what it's doing the last 7 days. All right, 0.2 of a penny, 21 million market cap, 26 million fully diluted, super early, 8.2 billion of the 10 billion are out, so there's not a lot more to come. Where can you get it? You go to markets. You need to know DeFi on HBAR, which I've made tons of videos on that. The easiest place for the normies to get it is MEXC. And guys, this is what we do, okay? We find tokens that aren't on Coinbase, Crypto.com, Kraken, or Binance. If you're buying tokens on there, you're the exit liquidity. Can they go up? Sure. You're not going to make as much getting them here, because all of these are DeFi. You need, Uniswap on Ethereum or Saucer Swap on HBAR, or have access to MEXC, which is tough to even get into. So Mims, you don't have to, break it all down, but in a 30-second elevator pitch, why do you like Dovu?
Yeah, I mean, listen, when it comes to tokenization of real world assets, and when we're talking about carbon credits, which is huge, and then of course HBAR in the council, and then you realize there are certain projects that are positioned as winners in the HBAR ecosystem to facilitate, and they have their own operating system. I mean, Dovu is actually bigger than most people realize. You're going to hear a lot about it more, but especially when it comes to carbon credits and the tokenization, of real world assets and things on HBAR, which HBAR is still undervalued. Definitely want to take advantage and get in early on this. We got a nice little bag in this in Dovu.
All right, let me go to Mims X. You guys can follow me on my X at Michael Tharp EDU. Why isn't it going there? All right. There we go. All right. Michael Tharp EDU, wealth and assets, right? Or is it and? There we go.
Yeah.
All right. Wealth and assets.
Yep.
NIMS. Which one did you want to look at, Mims?
Yeah, Bassett. I just want. I mean, you can do that, Bassett. Yeah, I want to because I want to talk about the Fed, and this is what people that need to understand that there's a direct concerted effort right now, okay, to literally overhaul the monetary system, and you're seeing a pressure being put on the Federal Reserve with the pressure from the resignations of Jerome Powell, with the audit the Fed bill. There's more clarity and understanding that the Federal Reserve is not an entity that is for the American people. That the Federal Reserve works does not work in our interest.
Nope.
And so there's an overhauling of the Federal Reserve right now, and we no longer need them because the way the United States dollar is going to be a stable coin. The treasuries are going to back the U.S. dollar stable coin, not the Federal Reserve's debt note. Okay. And so that's where the treasuries are going to go to. They're no longer going to go to the Fed and the dollar. We don't care about them anymore. So that's dying. That system is dying. And it's just more confirmation when you have the Treasury Secretary, Trump, and others, calling out the Federal Reserve, exposing the Federal Reserve. This is the Great Awakening. This is the great apocalyptic times. This is the unveiling. Okay. The line is being drawn in the sand. Those who are conscious and aware of the fraud, manipulation, and abuse that's going on, and those who want to be asleep and go and acquiesce and have cognitive dissonance, regardless of the truth that they're seeing that's taking place right now. And we're going to see this accelerate, and we hope that you're paying attention and understand that this is an opportunity, while it also is a crisis, for you to capitalize and create world massive generation.
He is on fire tonight. All right, let's get into this. Bassett. Oh, and by the way, we don't have time to cover this, but Trump made a trade deal with Japan. They're investing like $500 billion. We get 90% of it, and they're paying us 15% tariffs. But I can't cover everything in 45 minutes here.
All right.
Because this happened a few days ago, and so the trade talks are done. We won again. I hope you guys aren't tired of winning.
I mean, we what is it? Trump with the budget, the deficit, right? We have billions of dollars. The budget was
it was like the first surplus in like forever.
Yeah, since Bill Clinton. You know what I mean? Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Go ahead.
Bassett, Treasury Secretary.
To be clear, I am calling for an internal review, and I think that this could be Jay Powell's legacy. That the Fed, since the great financial crisis, has had what I call gain-of-function monetary policy, and the expenses have gone up a lot. The Federal Reserve Board expenses since 2004 are up 4x. I can tell you at Treasury, we've cut our expenses about 17% last year. So I think that this is a chance the Fed does a regular review of their monetary policy framework. I think that this is a good opportunity for Chair Powell's legacy to do an internal review of all the Fed's operations away from the monetary policy function.
Well, I mean, look, Bill, yep. Go ahead,
I was going to say, the monetary policy, is. We should keep that off to the side. That should be, kind of like in a jewel box and protected. But everything else that the Fed has done over the years has just grown and grown and grown. And this is what happens when you don't have oversight. They aren't subject to appropriations. They either use the money they make. Right now, they're losing about $100 billion a year, so they just print money to spend it.
Stupid.
And I think a thorough review should be done. It can be done, and I have confidence in Chair Powell that if he were to do this, we could right-size the non-monetary functions of the Fed and bring it back down. Like the Fed shouldn't we're always talking about the Fed this, the Fed that. You know, monetary policy should run in the background on behalf of the American people.
Corruption.
Time for that.
All you're saying is, look,
Time for that.
this is corrupt entity that prints money whenever they want. Okay, their books is cooked. Okay, even right now, they're not making money, but yet they're printing money, billions of dollars. Okay, to enhance their building. Okay, while there are people here in the United States, veterans, homeless, all kinds of stuff. With the Federal Reserve, what do? What value do they bring to the American people? They bring no value. They enslave us through debt and interest. We no longer need a private central bank. They are private. They haven't been audited. You know, so we're seeing that change come through. There's a revolution going on.
So my biggest thing is, you know, and why I got to play this again.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Right.
The Federal Reserve doing an internal review.
Yeah.
I mean, let's get real. I like Bassett, but like, guys, you think the Federal Reserve is going to review themselves? Be like, oh, look, we found out we were spending too much money and we're corrupt.
That's like Fauci saying we didn't do anything wrong when it came to COVID and gain of function. You know, Fauci's going to check himself out.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's cap.
Now we need to audit the Fed, but it needs to come from the Senate and the House.
Yes,
but that probably won't happen because, you know, most of them are a bunch of own cronies.
So they're paid off, and we already know who runs the banking and monetary system anyway. And these are the same organizations, entities, groups who run our politicians as well. And they've all pledged allegiance to foreign entities or agencies or countries. Right. But that's a whole nother story. Now we're gonna have to take the X, okay?
All right, we gotta cover this real quick, guys.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we have, let's do a window first. We got to talk about one of our favorite cryptocurrencies. If you guys are not in this bull run, I don't know what you're doing, where you're going. Okay, it is Texas, guys. You can see it right up there. Okay, they have been, you know, our sponsor for the last month or two. We're at $1.71 right now. We're up 2,749% in 1 year. We have Texas billboards all around Texas. Now, this is a global opportunity. Anyone can get a miner anywhere in America, anywhere in the world. Okay. Literally, one of our friends, Ricardo, had to fly through Dallas on the way home from Atlanta. And he's like, Mike, I saw a Texas advertisement in the Dallas Fort Worth, and they're getting ready to go to Houston.
Yeah.
So I mean, guys,
that'll make it real.
It's massive.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll make it real.
Yeah. I did some research today, Mims. I found this is what we're buying. Look at this interactive website. This is called a fog hashing mining facility, right? Okay. And this is what we're buying. They're huge cargo containers that have these fog hashing liquid cooled miners. Okay. The miners we're buying. Look, where did I put that?
This is called state of the art. Okay. State of the art. This is state of the art mining. Okay. Liquid cooling solutions and everything.
Yeah. I got rid of that. But anyways, they're L9 ant miners. That's what we're putting in here in the fog hash. So I got to play this really quick, guys. Okay. This is Bobby Gray, the founder and CEO of Texas. And it's on these Zooms. The level of transparency he gives us is absolutely phenomenal. I'm going to try to get through this quickly, so I might summarize some of it, but this is him. This is what he does, and he's buying $120,000 of miners right now live on the Zoom.
I can't hear him.
Oh, sorry. I got to change how I'm sharing. Here we go. Let me know.
So let me see if I can scroll up this list here and find Wendy Bitmars. Where did it go? Wendy. And I don't know where Wendy went. USDC address. So remember what I do every week.
So he's just explaining, okay, he's talking to Wendy, and she's letting him know the L9s is how much they cost and the warranty. Some of them are sold out. Please confirm the USDC address.
Week is I go through, I take a look at the total amount of hash power that was purchased or awarded last week, And last week, that number was, I don't have it up on my screen here, but let me pull it up on my phone. Last week, the total amount of hash power that was week in, week out, by a certain amount. If we got a great deal, if the price dips down, I'll buy a little bit extra just for some padding, so that if I ever need to, I can come back and say, hey guys, the prices are way too hot right now, and we need to hold off this week and see if the prices will come down for us next week. And that way we don't have to worry about being affected by the industry going hot and cold like everybody else does. And so let's see what Wendy says. If Wendy gives.
So he's basically saying, because of the amount of war chests they have, when their prices dip, that's when they buy. And then they don't have to buy when the prices go high, because these miners that we're using this layer 1 proof of work blockchain are very much in demand. They're hard to get. You need connections. So we're going to go ahead and skip ahead to 56 minutes when Wendy gets back to him, and then he sends her the money and verifies it on the blockchain. And that's why I love Texit and Bobby, is everything they do is verifiable and trusted and transparent because they do it on the blockchain.
Is the USDT, USDC address. Let's pay for some miners. Here we go. So I'm going to go into my MetaMask, right? That's what it looks like. I'm going to pull up my wallet. Now, this is what we're buying for week 67, okay? I just opened up today the week 66 wallet. The sticker was on the back of the week 66 wallet. I just opened it up today. First time. That's how well we're doing with our cash flow management. I'm going to click on our USDC. I'm going to scan this code. And of course, it tells me that it's already got Wendy Bitmars saved in there. I don't know if you can see that. And we are going to send off the lovely small sum of $121,950. And again, we're buying more than we need. And we've got a 10% budget for building the mine. Now, remember, that's got to include land acquisitions, leases, infrastructure, cooling, liquids, all that stuff. But you can, if you want to take a look right now on the, what you can do is you can take a look right now.
So I'm going to skip it
on
a little bit.
50 that was done 38 seconds ago.
All right. So now he's on Etherscan, verifying the transaction he just sent, right? You can see here 38 seconds ago. Okay. He sent $121,950 of USDC to, I think it was Bitmars.io. That's where they are buying the miners from. And again, guys.
So you get to see two things. Number one, you get to see real time the screenshot of this payment, and I will do that.
So again, Mims, this is wild that Bobby gets on a Zoom every Tuesday, gives us updates. Last week I just did the video where he showed us the proof of reserve for liquidity, where he went to the Etherscan and showed us $1 million of USDC. He showed us 1.2 Bitcoin, which is probably worth, I don't know, $150,000. And then he has about $500,000 worth of gold. So the level of transparency here, and then he's showing us buying the actual miners. And he does this every week, guys, showing where the funds raised from people buying the Texit miners, they're going to commissions to grow the community and, reward the people spreading the Texit message. They're going to buy land. And, he had a guy on there talking about how they're putting the concrete down and getting the electricity for the different minings facilities that are going up in Texas. He's paying for miners to Bitmars. Mims, I mean, this is absolutely next level stuff that Texit is doing.
Yeah. Listen, folks, we winning big time. I don't know if you're not in Texas. I don't know what else we can say. I don't know what else we can do. All we're gonna do is continue to document and show you that we winning. Okay, put yourself in position to earn $3K per week from sharing the ability for people to own an asset that produces assets. I don't know what's better. A miner is an asset. The miner produces Texit coin, which is a digital asset, currency, cryptocurrency. You can sell it if you want. Every single day the coins come in. You can swap them out, sell them and then swap that out for another digital asset if you want. You can accumulate, obviously. I mean, this is a no-brainer. This is a physical infrastructure built all throughout Texas. A layer one proof of work blockchain like Bitcoin, fork of Litecoin. I mean, we're expanding and growing. It's still early. Okay, layer twos and more utility and adoption is coming. Listen, the coin is at $1.71. All-time high was like $1.85, just hit an all-time high. We've been watching this coin since it was pennies. It's going much higher, projected to go to $16 next year. So while you're thinking about it, some people are already in the placement tree getting spillover. While you're thinking about it, some people right now, every single day are getting coins sent to their wallet, to their cold storage wallet. And those coins are increasing in value and they have an asset that they can use when they need. The liquidity is there. Okay. The infrastructure is growing. Why are you not mining? Why are you not running with the runners? Lace up. Let's get wealthy. I know what time it is, man.
All right. Last little nugget we will leave with you guys is, and Ricardo's been posting about this, and we taught our communities to buy this a long time ago. SHX MIMS in 30 seconds. What is SHX?
Every time SHX rises by a penny, that's $10,000 for me. So that's what SHX is. Let's go. No, look, I'm telling you, SHX is fire, bro. I mean, listen, stellar blockchain, dealing with ACH payments, connected to all U.S. banks. You know what I'm saying? Nacha, this is their preferred blockchain partner. Obviously, dealing with ISO compliance and stable coins. They just locked up, what is it, $1 billion? How many coins is it?
60 billion. I think there's 100 billion of them total, and they locked up 60 billion.
They locked up over half of the supply. SHX is going much higher, folks. Inside of MIMS University, I did a deep dive and got all the stuff on there on SHX. But look, you can get SHX in a Lobster wallet. You got to swap it out for your XLM. Make sure you get the right SHX, okay? Because you're going to need the right contract address. Otherwise, go to MEXC. I go to MEXC and I get it. I think the reason we're seeing a rise in SHX, we might get a big listing here, maybe on Uphold. Yeah, we might get a big listing here on SHX coming up soon. So SHX is definitely pumping.
All right, guys, we got to jump off. I'm doing Crypto and Chill 3 times a week. Sunday at 7:45 p.m. EST, Monday at 1 p.m. EST, Tuesday at 11 p.m. EST. Join at the runnerswin.com, www.runnerswin.com. I got to jump off there, help more people, learn digital assets. If you guys are watching right now on the live, you can jump over on the Zoom. It's more interactive. I can answer your questions and I kind of get into more details. All right, Mims, you rocked it. The run winning, and I don't think we're going to stop. Would we? Why would we stop winning?
Why would we stop?
Silly.
Why would we stop? No, we about to be the Flash out here. Let's go.
Let's go. All right, guys. Appreciate you. Love you. Have a great week. Buy crypto. Buy assets. Get a text.